Hi Libras, and welcome to your February 2022 General Tarot Forecast. This is Sky coming on to talk to you about your month ahead of February. I hope you're all doing really wonderful. Let's dive straight in. For those of you who are new, I do a series of intuitive messages for your month ahead. I then do a week-to-week tarot forecast followed by an extended reading on Patreon. I hope you're all excited for the month ahead, and hit that subscribe button below if you enjoy the reading. Okay, Libras, so intuitively, it looks really grand and easy. Okay, so finally, there's kind of just like, wow, I can kind of relax into what I've created. I'm no longer, trying so hard. I'm no longer just looking at the things that have gone wrong. I am ready for some all planets direct benevolence. And I feel like that's kind of the vibe for you in February. It's like all planets direct benevolence, okay? This month, I feel like you will kind of divest yourself of overwhelming situations. So there's no major arcana in your reading this month. So on the negative side, it could kind of feel like, gosh, what do I really do? Like, where is the universe in my life? Like, where is the significance? But on the positive side, I think it's the best possible thing for you because things have been just so weighty for you for the last few years. Like, it's been so critical and difficult and overwhelming. It's like now really is kind of the phase in a Libra's life, I feel like, where they just kind of like relax on the beach, or where they just kind of go out sailing one day, or where they, just kind of sit on their own throne in their house and like enjoy just where they are in the present moment. So the relationship with the present moment is coming up for you. You have a easier time than most people right now when it comes to meeting your needs. I feel like it kind of just comes, or it kind of just floats in on the tide. Being by the ocean for you is beautiful during this time. Being by any bodies of water with the Queen of Cups and the Six of Swords. Some of you could be like going somewhere by boat, or symbolically crossing some type of ravine or some type of large body of water that you have not been able to cross. So there's a final crossing during this time. There's a blooming of the sort of sunlight on you. So you need like the sunlight on your skin. You need the darkness to subside, and you need just a more zesty enjoyment of the present moment instead of a plan-oriented strategizing, scheming experience. Intuitively also in your month, I'm feeling that there's a young energy, youthful new people. So you might not be engaging as much with elderly, older energy. You could be meeting very vibrant, people who are like in their 20s during this time. I'm feeling the age range of 20 to 30 as a constant presence in your life. So you might be having coworkers or clients, or even just random encounters with strangers in that age demographic, and it feels like you have something to learn from that age demographic. So maybe you're completing some type of knowledge about your own experience when you were in your 20s, or even like when you were in your teens. There's maybe a trauma healing from those two timelines in your own experience, and that might be happening vicariously by seeing people in that age range in public or in your own experience. So do not hesitate to learn from people younger than you, okay? Other intuitive messages, new ideas, sort of a flamboyance within your ideas, within your concepts, Ace of Swords, Queen of Wands, and then like a quick resolution, Page of Swords, Knight of Swords, Six of Swords. This is not about like just existing in an unhappy place. This is about really quickly just leveling up and letting it be, okay? Anything that reminds you of times in your life where you couldn't step up to the plate, or you couldn't, get out of a certain turmoil, those things really have to be placed to the side now. And there really needs to be a joy that you leave this month with, okay? So as you're moving through February, I would just recommend like anything that sparks joy, I think, as Marie Kondo says. I love that saying of hers. You might watch her show on Netflix or whatever. Anything that sparks joy, anything that brings with you a lot of I don't know, we just don't have time for the things, I suppose, antithetically, that spark misery or spark heaviness or anything like that. We have got to let the joy in now. We have got to get some confirmation going on, and we have got to really start healing. So anyway, let's see week to week for you, Libra. First week, Knight of Swords, rooted down by the Five of Cups. Okay. Getting quickly out of that turmoil, getting quickly out of that pessimistic tendency. Five of Cups is always like, this isn't just a series of difficult events. Like there's a choosing, okay, to look at the negative. There's a choosing to focus on the spilled. There's a choosing to also not reach down and do anything about it. So we've got to either do something about it or we've got to turn away, okay? And to do that quickly. This is about quickly getting out of that retrograde experience. It could be a sacrifice in the first week of February, a sacrifice of an addiction, a sacrifice of something that is a choiceful suspending of oneself in a miserable situation. So moving on, week number 2, Queen of Cups, rooted down by the Ace of Swords, already so much better. Okay, emotional ideas that are good, quick, and logical. So the emotional and the logical combining together to be an ace up your sleeve, to be a easy thing for you to create here. So it's not like you're devoid of ideas. Like it feels like you've got all the ideas, you've got all of the answers, really. Like you've also got the emotional relevance and resonance. So I'm not understanding why, if there is still in the second week of February a confusion or a deep turmoil, that should really be subsiding and being replaced by new positive ideas. Week number 3, you've got the Six of Swords, rooted down by the Queen of Wands. So quickly moving into new creative territory. I really like the progression here from week 2 to week 3, where again, it's like you're not allowing yourself to sink back into turmoil. Like even though you know that it was here for a lot of 2021 and you had some maybe unresolvable issues, now it's all lightening up and you're just like kind of moving out of that territory, it looks like, and allowing yourself to get into a much more sacred creative place. All right. You're really powering up. You're really stepping out of something that was too much of a servitude and not giving back in any way. So you could definitely take a look at like relationship dynamics where you were not properly compensated or not properly equally connected to by another person. And I feel that you move right out of that and you have new creative ideas for creating a better sense of creative prosperity in your life. A creative career could come up or could start to flower during this time, during the third week of February. You might have new artistic creations that are like marketable, for instance. You might have new creative roles to play with another company or with another group of people. All right, so keep your eyes open for that. Week number 4, you've got the Page of Wands, rooted down by Page of Swords, and it's kind of exactly the same. Again, these are young, new situations coming in for you, all right? Young, new, vibrant, flowery, fiery, airy, growth-oriented situations. But it does feel quite mindful. So the Wands and the Swords are both like a desire and mind. So it's not like the Pentacles where it's like the real world or where it's like material. This is all still kind of like, maybe this is really about cleaning up the mind or cleaning up the mindsets or thought patterns or habitual thoughts. Maybe this is about getting younger in the mind. Maybe this is about letting desire be something that's healthy, letting repetitive thoughts be creating a greater outcome through small thoughts become large realities. Our small actions and our small thoughts generate the bigger picture of our life, our legacy, and our general well-being. So this is really about altering the small stuff here in February. So concluding on February, Libra, this is about altering the small stuff. Okay, this is not about big stuff here. No major arcana. This is about little stuff. And you've probably been doing a lot of work on this for a long time, I get it, but this is not even those things. This is another degree of micro here. This is another degree of conceptual growth, of mental bargaining almost with yourself. And I do feel that you really have to show up places, and I feel that you really have to show up for yourself. Like, that's a big part of the 2022 year cycle in general, and I'm just being called to like tell you as we conclude this reading that you got to show up, you got to be there for yourself, and you got to meet deadlines. You've got to know why you are where you're at, and really also re-examine why you have cultivated these grounds that you're on. So, and any altercations you need to make are good during this time in a small way. Anyway, Libras, let's talk more about that. Let's talk more about adjustments, altercations, and moving on in your extended reading. I'll link it below and in the center of the screen on Patreon. Every month I do extended readings over there for all the signs, and I do weekly tea chats, which are only available over there. And with your one membership, you get access to it all, so it's a great service and a great value. Check it out. I'll link it below and in the center of your screen. And let's do this extended. Much love, Libras. Have a great month. Bye.